Ooh.
My knees. My hip.
My knees. So here's what I was thinking.
What was you thinking? Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is DDare Bionic, if you didn't know, and I am back with a brand new Drag Race review. I don't know why I turned into a pirate. What's that?
And me, Ronnie Bobani.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. We are finally on schedule now. Reviewing.
Are we?
Yes, we will be on schedule.
Okay.
We just got our power back. Our power was off over the weekend, which is why the All Stars 1 and 2 video didn't come out until at time of filming today. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, and sometimes you lose your power.
So, that's where we're at.
So,
here we are.
Speaking of having beautiful, lovely human people in your life and electricity, this episode is Snatch Game of Love.
Ooh.
And I talked last time at length about how I did not think Snatch Game of Love was a good thing in life. And I still feel that way. But this was a good one. But before we get into all of that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get a notification every single time we post a video. We post once or twice a week. I've got some new music coming out. Check out my SoundCloud for beats where you can purchase them from me. I'm really in my producer bag right now, and I have a lot of sounds happening in my brain, and I can't wait to have time to really just sit down and just like bang out like beat after beat after beat. I'm also considering starting a new channel for music and beats specifically. So if you want to see that, leave a comment down below. With all that being said, shall we begin the review? We begin the episode with the girls coming back. We see that Miss Angeria Paris.
I'm not gonna remember anything.
We see that Miss Angeria Paris McMichaels is snipped. She has been snipped.
She got scissored by her sister.
Yeah, she got scissored by her sister, Gottmik. Oh no. I just realized we don't have the outfits for the runway. So, the girls have come back into the workroom. Angie has been snipped by Miss Gottmik. She's pretending to be upset about it. She is not actually upset about it. They joke, they kiki, they laugh. Georges again says that she would have snipped Nina West, which for Snatch Game would have been a good decision because everybody thinks Nina is hilarious for some reason. I
forgot everything you just said until you said it. But then I was like, oh yeah, that happened.
Oh yeah, that seems about right.
That's how it happened.
So, RuTahl comes into the workroom. Oh no, before even that happens, Chanel and Nina are talking about alliances and how the girls are kind of like playing the game and da-da-da-da. And they're like, what do you think could be next? Who's going to get snipped? And they're like, well, it's got to be some kind of acting, maybe Snatch Game. And Chanel literally goes, no, they can't be doing Snatch Game this early. It's episode 3. And they both are talking about who they brought for Snatch Game. And Chanel and Nina both brought, wait for it, Liberace. Which, like, weird choice. Personally, I'm not...
Weird for two people to pick it at the same
time.
But...
I'm not...
it's two older people.
Yeah.
So...
I guess it makes sense for them. It doesn't make sense for me. Liberace is a little bit before my time, personally. But we love to see it. So they both have brought Liberace. They're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Who
will do it?
Who will do it? Who's gonna cave in? And they weren't like trying to pressure each other. They were having this whole thing of like, we're friends. I don't want to disrespect my friend, but also I don't want to give up on my thing. And like, I've worked so hard on this. And they started comparing costumes and outfits and who's got this and who's got that. It was a lot. So the next day, RuTahl comes into the workroom and announces that we are playing the Snatch Game of Love, and also announces that the top 2 All-Stars of the week will get not 1, but 2 beautiful benefactress badges. You want them to be repeater badges so bad.
I don't even know what it means, but good for them.
Beautiful benefactress badges. 1 to keep and 1 to give away. How do you feel about the queens getting 2 beautiful benefactress badges, 1 to keep and 1 to give away this challenge for Snatch Game and this early in the season?
Everything's rigged.
It is rigor mortis.
Ah, rigor mortis, girl. It was rigor mortis, girl.
Who's Morris?
So I feel like there's some loophole or something figured out production-wise to make sure the person they want to win wins.
So Roxy Andrews is going to get both beautiful benefictress badges. I don't think production wants Roxy to win, but whatever.
I think a lot of people want Roxy to win.
Oh, many people are rooting for Roxy Andrews. And honestly, this season, I am more impressed with her than I have been on any of the other times she's been on Drag Race. She's still not a winner for me, but she is definitely serving it up this time around, I would have to say. Except for in the Snatch Game. So, the queens are talking about who they're going to do for Snatch Game. We've got some really interesting choices. We've got some kind of predictable choices. We have the double Liberace of it all. What do you feel, what do you think you would do in a situation where somebody brought the same Snatch Game character as you? Like, what would your energy be? Would you be like, you got to give it up? Would you Gia gun it?
Well, what you want to do is not necessarily what you're gonna do.
No, I'd be like, let's do it.
Yeah,
I would feel confident enough in me doing my version from my point of view. Not even like I know I'd be better. I don't know who would be better, but I would have a take that you probably wouldn't have. So why not do both? Especially when it's Snatch Game of Love, because they're not like...
Yeah, they're not in the same thing.
But I would have liked if it was a regular Snatch Game.
Yeah.
It would have been so fun.
Yeah, for them to play off of each other.
If you were like Vanjie and didn't know anything about...
Nary a single thing about your person.
You wouldn't be able to volley with another Cleopatra.
No, not at all. That was unhinged, and we will get to that. So, for Snatch Game of Love, we have our first group. Angeria is doing Marla Gibbs. I will put a photo up of the person they're doing here. Marla Gibbs. Roxy Andrews is doing Kasha Salad, her character from season 5. Chanel is, of course, Liberace #1. And Georges is doing Chi Rodriguez in the way of John Leguizamo, because, you know, copyrights and all that stuff, they have to be, like, PC about it. What do you think of this first group of girls?
Little Latin boy in drag. Why are you crying?
That little Latin boy in drag is crying. Find out why that little Latin boy in drag is crying. Little Latin boy in drag. Why are you
Gaping.
If you want to date me, you gotta gape me.
These are real words out of Georges' mouth as John Leguizamo. What'd she call him? Leguizamissimo
no one
or something?
remembers what she called him.
It was
But
wild.
she didn't call him.
She did not call him John Leguizamo.
She did not call him by his name.
No.
Olio.
It's Elio.
I don't know.
Oliver.
I've never
put
seen
the
it.
names together. That's funny. I personally thought that Angeria was the for sure
Absolutely.
surefire standout in this group.
Angeria. This is... Emma Stone didn't have a badge yet, did she?
No, Nina West did not have a badge yet.
They wanted Nina to get a badge.
Yeah.
Angeria won.
Angeria won.
Angeria did the best.
Angeria did far better than Nina West. And here, well, we haven't talked about Nina yet.
Cake.
But she had a full cake. She had a giant purse. She was in character the entire time. And yes, of course, Nina West.
He can't see that.
Oh,
she's doing the
she's
Macarena.
doing the Macarena. We would go to my bedroom and get on our knees and pray. It was like every single joke hit. She was volleying with Rue. She was volleying with the other girls. Like, she was eating them up.
She won.
She really did. She really, really, really did. But I guess they have to keep it fair. So, our Snatchler for the first group is Kevin, also known as Monet Exchange. It really was jarring. I already knew that Monet's name was
I see her out
Kevin.
of drag so much on Sibling Rivalry.
Yeah, but she's
I
always
watch.
called Monet. Also,
Yeah.
watch Sibling Rivalry if you're not.
Yes.
It's so good.
We saw them live.
Amazing.
Ah,
Amazing.
amazing. What was I gonna say? What
You
were we
see
talking
her out of drag on Sibling Rivalry.
Yeah, I see her so much out of drag. Kevin,
That was jarring.
crazy.
It was
insane.
disarming. Like
Never knew her name, but Kevin. It just doesn't seem.
It didn't seem. It does not seem correct for Monet. Seems like she should have a more exotic name than Kevin.
Well, yeah, Where's her family from?
St. Lucia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and your name's Kevin. Weird.
Either way,
Not
it
weird,
was
bad, but
wild to hearing RuPaul call people by their government boy names and not their drag names. But Monet is hot in or out of drag,
Ooh,
so it's fine.
Monet. Come on, Kevin. Ew,
so-
no, I can't.
So Kevin ends up picking. Kevin ends up picking John Leguizamo, aka Chi-Chi, aka Georges, as his
Oh my god.
Snatchelorette.
Which made no sense.
Made no sense.
Georges lost, but maybe he felt sorry for Georges.
Georges definitely did the worst in that. No, Roxy did the worst in that group.
Roxy did the worst.
None of the jokes really landed. The Tasha Salad thing could have been really funny, but it just didn't.
I don't think
hit.
it could have. I never liked it.
No,
I never thought it was
I
funny.
enjoyed it on season 5.
No.
But it's over and we're done with it.
Over.
Moving on to group 2. In group 2 we have Vanjie as Cleopatra. And we're gonna get to Vanjie in a minute because she had the funniest joke of the whole Snatch Game.
The whole thing.
Nina West as also Liberace. Plastique Tiara as Ali Wong, who's apparently a good friend of hers, and Gottmik as Pal, the dog who played Lassie. Let that sink in for a moment. Pal, the dog who played Lassie. This is next level thinking.
It's genius whenever anyone in Snatch Game does like a
Somebody that's either made up or from a long
something
time
that's
ago.
like made up.
Yeah. We're not made up,
that-
but like you don't know what their personality would have
Well, a
been.
talking dog is made up.
Facts.
But in general, when they do even when Jinx did Lil Edie, so many people like didn't know the reference.
I had no idea what was going on, and I still to this day say, I can't tell if it's pate, if it's giblets for the king.
Oh, and you've still never seen it,
I've
have you?
still never seen it.
We gotta watch it.
So funny. Look at Holly.
It's actually a little sad, the real thing.
The real thing.
Because
is
they're
very
eating
sad.
cat food
Yeah.
in a once beautiful, like, mansion-y home with holes in the ceiling and raccoons and possums and...
Anyway,
Anyway,
carry on.
That's not the point. Whenever they do a almost kind of vague yet... Well, no, even just made up. You have to... It's better to not have a specific thing that you either feel like you have to mimic or subvert or whatever. Just be a dog.
Yeah.
Just do... I don't know. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. But still, like...
Anytime anybody has done Jesus, or like when...
Oh my gosh, who was the one
Trinity.
Jesus? Was it a Canada season?
I think so, yeah.
The Jesus with the really fluffy hair and like
Yeah.
maybe a glitter beard?
Yep,
That was like my favorite Jesus. Anyway, Pal was the best one.
Yeah. Overall best, like, first of all, can we get into the makeup of it? Can we get into the actual artistry that was the
There
prosthetic?
were prosthetics this Snatch
Yeah,
Game.
Chanel had a prosthetic. Mick had a prosthetic, which was probably the most flawless prosthetic I've ever seen on RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't think anyone has ever looked that good in a prosthetic.
But who came out to meet the Snatchlorettes?
This time we have David.
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 To let you know who that is, David came in dark mode. With a little porn stash. You know who David is when we tell you dark mode.
If y'all watch IMHO the show, y'all know who David is.
Yep.
Caca. Very interesting to have the queens out of drag and also entered in dark mode again this time around. Man, Rue was losing it over Nina West.
Well, first up,
Oh God!
David talks to Cleopatra.
Cleopatra, who is wrapped in a rug. She pops out of the rug, and it is truly just Miss Vanjie in a Cleopatra
She looked
costume.
good though. She looked
amazing. She definitely looked like Cleopatra, but it was like Vanjie on Halloween as Cleopatra. And she goes,
And Rue was like, "Oh, it's Cleopatra," or "Hey Cleopatra, how you doing?" Something like that.
And she goes, "I'm on my pyramid."
If she would have known anything about Cleopatra,
yeah,
or had any more like Egyptian jokes,
like
she would have won. She could have won. Angeria would have still won.
Yeah.
But
it would have been really, really good. But she was just kind of like there, just like looking around, confused the whole time. And I personally preferred Chanel's Liberace to Nina West Liberace.
Now listen, and we need to have this disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for Nina West.
I also don't really care for Nina West.
All drag is valid, the thing, the spiel. If you disagree, respectfully say so in the comments. I don't think her look is up to par with the other All Stars.
Yeah.
Her comedy is it's just a little too much.
It's very slapsticky.
Ooh, and it's not just Liberace. She does that.
Yeah. She
does that.
Nina West.
And I'm like, so yeah, we are not.
We are a little biased, but I think we both prefer an edgier queen. I think that's why we lean more towards the Vanjies, the Gottmix, the Angerias. Because like Angeria isn't necessarily edgy, but she is like sweet and endearing and like very earnest and like.
Well, Chanel was like subdued, yet I still preferred her Liberace.
Yeah.
Because she was still funny.
Yeah.
And it's just like when there's like a lip sync for your life, you don't have to backflip, split. Sometimes you need to emote. I think her emoting of Liberace was more like intentional.
Yeah.
And Nina West was like a little too manic. And like, I'm so funny. I'm funny.
At the end of the day, you have to make Rue laugh. And Nina West knows how to make Rue laugh. And that's by being stupid and unhinged.
I know.
And sometimes it doesn't make sense.
She pulled out a cake.
She pulled out a cake. She pulled out a full cake. Like, Angeria, hands down, Angeria did far better than Nina West.
Yeah.
To me. Part of us, spooky us. Like, period. But it all shakes out to Angeria, or not Angeria.
No, it's Gottmik
and Nina West being the top two. But we're not there yet. So we're going to get into these looks on the runway. And we don't have them in images, so we're going to watch them live right in front of you. And we're looking at, the category is a tail and two titties. Angeria is dressed as a dragon. It's spray painted. It's bejeweled. It's gorgeous.
And then seeing this, I was like, oh, Angeria
is clearly going to be a winner. Yeah.
And then
next we bring to the stage Roxy Andrews as a like hybrid of Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. I love this.
I was going to say something, but you said I say too many things and that I'm the thing you got to edit all the time.
Say the thing.
No, I'm not.
If I have to cut it out, say the thing.
You will, because
it's the more unhinged things that I have to cut out.
Well, I'm gonna call her a
Chanel. Listen, one thing about Chanel, she's gonna give you face. She's going to mug you down. Like, It is dramatic. The eyes are open. The eyes are shut.
I don't think mine can do it with the Botox.
Yeah, no, you're just moving your my sweet man. But she's dressed as a scorpion. I like it, but I don't love it. It's not.
She's Scorpion #1, and it's all right.
Moving on, we bring to the stage Georges as a little teeny tiny chihuahua. This is so cute.
It's very cute. I would not have known that was a chihuahua.
I didn't know it was a chihuahua.
I would not have known. I thought the legs were a bunny.
It was definitely giving bunny rabbit.
But then I thought the ears were maybe a cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
And next we bring to the stage Miss Vanjie, Scorpion number 2.
I like this Scorpion more, even though it's more basic.
Yeah. She's in all pink. She's in like a biker with some LED stuff. But her tail is actually staying up on its own. It's got the LED lights in it. It's kind of glowing. Good. It's really pretty. But it is... The judges called it pedestrian, and she said, Vanjie said, I wonder where you can go and get something that fits you this well off the rack.
Now, it was monochromatic, so maybe to them it was like simple, but that little...
The biker jacket?
Yeah, and the all of it was great.
It was very pretty. I really liked it.
And the boots were like all one.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Next, we bring to the stage. Now, she is giving you a story, as she always is, because her name is Nina West. She is the tail of a comet, and her pussy is a sun, and her titties are the planets.
And her hair is a shot of ice.
It's a comet.
Oh. Why is her face covered?
Why is it a face kini?
I'm such a hater.
Why is it
I don't like it at all.
I really don't, and I'm trying to figure out something to say about it. I like the concept, I like the story, but I feel like
she didn't need that black velvet bodysuit.
No,
she could have had that on a bra. Mm-hmm. Like it just, I don't like it. And the black hole butthole
thing was totally unnecessary, but whatever.
It's gaping.
The sun needs to go away. Like the sun didn't need to be there. It's too busy. I think that's what I like the least about it. It's too busy. Next we bring to the stage the fashion doll, Plastique Tiara, as a kitsune.
If this were RuPaul's Best Looks race, Plastique would have already won.
Yeah, she would have won episode 1.
Her Ali Wong sucked.
Oh, it was terrible. We didn't even talk about it. Wow, very forgettable.
We didn't need to.
All she kept saying was beef.
It was funny that one time where she like obviously was flustered and then she was like beef.
But she looks gorgeous on the runway. And last to the stage, we bring in probably the most impactful look that has walked on Drag Race.
A tale of two titties.
A tale of two titties. This is a story. Like this is what Nina West thinks she's doing. So Mick has come onto the stage. She's wearing a pencil skirt, a leather pencil skirt that's like hospital green, open on the sides. She has her top surgery scars bedazzled and dripping blood, her arms cast around her, and her titties in a bag.
The arms around are so good, and they kind of have a little bit of movement.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's it
is magnificent.
It's very got Mick, that like kind of like
that F
rockery,
that punk, that I'm not scared to be a little gory and scary. And
she looks like Demi Moore, though.
She really does.
She looks like Demi Moore.
She really, really does. And I just,
it's beautiful.
What
the way it's also a cincher? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, like
the way it's like a cincher into it.
Yeah,
I understand why she won.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
and the
understand
hair all the way down past.
Yes.
When your hair is longer than your skirt, bitch, working me out. That's 40 inches. That's 40 inches for real. Who had your favorite look on the runway?
Plastique made me at the like fashion fantasy of it. Got me because of the story and fashion of it. There wasn't really a lot otherwise that I was like, ooh, like the Indier's Dragon was good. I didn't care about the Chihuahua. Who else was it?
Roxy is.
Oh yeah,
Just
no,
around.
I would. For me, look wise, it would be Gottmik and Plastique.
Yeah, I feel like this whole season it's going to be a battle between Gottmik and Plastique as who's the favorite on the runway. Easily.
There should be a separate top model version of like some of the queens are more look,
Yeah,
and that's okay.
and that is
And can
100%
pose
okay.
and can
Yeah.
still bring emotion and a character. Because we just can't always have people that are funny win.
Yeah. No, we gotta have some deep, serious people win as
Yeah.
well.
Like Sharon Needles.
Spooky, girl.
Okay.
She is now buried under the party city.
So who are yours?
So
Who do
for
you think
me,
was the
I have to agree. It's Gottmik and Plastique as far as the runway, but I think the winner should have been Gottmik and Angeria, even though
Yes.
Angeria couldn't win a badge this week. And honestly, that might be why she didn't win, because it's one to keep and one to give away, and she can't keep the badge unless they make a loophole, and it's like you get to keep the badge or you get to give away the badge and give one to yourself. It would have created some weird rules probably.
Well, they already made it up.
It's all made up.
It's
But
all-
I think Angeria should have been in the top with Gottmik, but instead it is Nina West. She is the superior Liberace in the eyes of the judges. Also, our guest judge this week is Anita, who's a fabulous singer. Love her music. They lip sync to a song that I have not heard actually, called Banana by Anita and Becky G. And so if you've been watching, you know that Nina West wore every single episode this
that
red
ugly
muumuu that said, "This is my lip sync dress." And I'm like, well, clearly it's a reveal. She gets up there, she starts lip syncing, she starts to take it off. She does 7 reveals. I don't know if you can tell by the tone of my voice that I don't really care about these reveals. I couldn't tell you what was on any of the dresses.
They were all. It was like kablam, shablam.
It was so dumb.
I think there were pictures. To
Oh,
like
yeah, there were
entice
pictures
the
of- yeah.
druggers,
Judges.
judges.
I'm a pusher, Katie. I'm a pusher. I push people.
I'm a loner, Dottie.
A rebel. So yeah, I mean she made us, not curious as to what was under the lip sync dress, but like,
Nope.
That's all. I never want to see her lip sync again.
Yeah, and after like the 4th one, I was like, you really aren't gonna win. And then
No.
Gottmik was like, they were cheering for her, but all I saw were clothes everywhere or something like that.
Like, is she doing laundry over there or something?
Yeah, like obviously Gottmik was winning.
Yeah, Gottmik
Why
was.
were they screaming for Nina?
I don't know why.
Because she kept taking off her
taking her
dress
clothes off and leaving articles of clothing all across
over
the stage.
to kill Gottmik.
All across the stage. She'd already chopped the titties off. Then she would have had to chop her leg off because she would have failed and broke it because of Nina's 100 dresses on the stage. So anyway, Georges. I just read Georges right there. Gottmik wins the lip sync. Thank God. She is a 2-time Snatch Game winner now, which is pretty gagging.
And 2-time ball winner.
And 2-time ball winner. We love that for Mick. Mick is really, really turning it this season. And she cuts off Little Miss Georges. What do you think of that decision?
I don't feel like Georges is a threat to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. But I think Gottmik wanted to pick someone that has not been snipped.
Mm-hmm.
But also, she's going to be like, well, we did comedy. Next week's probably going to be dancing, and you're really good at dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And her looks are good.
Yeah. And she
So-
already has a badge.
Oh, and she already has a badge.
Mm-hmm. I personally would have probably snipped either Vanjie or Plastique.
I would have snipped Plastique.
Yeah.
Like, that's your competition, Gottmik.
Yeah.
But because of looks, not because of humor. Angeria is your competition with humor,
Mm-hmm.
and Plastique is your... So that's why it's probably going to be Gottmik and Angeria as the top 2.
I think so too. Yeah, they're definitely killing it.
So far, that's what I feel like.
The leaderboard goes. Gottmik has 2 beautiful Benefictress badges. Nina West has 1, Angeria has 1, and Georges has 1. And next week, there might be more people with singular badges, or there may be some people with 2 badges. We shall see. Also next week, makeovers. Episode 4, makeovers.
Yeah.
Yet another challenge that I could do without.
Yeah, I don't care about the
but I'm excited to see. It seems like from the trailer they're doing them in teams.
They're firefighters?
Firefighters, yes. And honestly, for a makeover challenge, obviously they don't know that it's a makeover challenge coming next week. But for a makeover challenge, I don't think Georges is the one to snip, girl.
No, but she didn't know.
Yeah, she didn't know. I would have snipped Roxy's ass again.
Roxy will probably do
Snipped
good.
Roxy's ass again. For sure. What did you think of this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race?
It was fine. I don't care about Snatch Game of Love.
Yeah, Snatch Game of Love just is not it to me. Snatch Game, in its truest, purest form, is hilarious. And Snatch Game of Love was good this time around, but I want them to try a different format. Maybe like Password Snatch Game. Snatch Game Password.
That would be really good.
That would be hilarious.
Also, I think I want people to go home. Only when it's winners.
I'm ready for a lipstick.
Only when it's all winners, all stars.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, no critiques, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just let these women snip and chop each other, but make their beautiful and do their... Yes, absolutely. When it's just a regular all stars, but people that have never... Send them home.
Send them home.
Send them home.
Send them to the
Because
house.
I don't need to see anything else from Nina West. I'm good. I don't need to see anything else from Georges.
Oh, I want to see more
I'm
from
good.
Georges.
I
just
just can
like
show
Georges.
me more, but I just don't care. Roxy, I don't need to see any. Did I already say that?
No.
Oh.
It's also such a small cast. Like, if it were, maybe they couldn't get any more people to come back. So they were like, oh, we got enough.
And Vanjie's stupid. I want Vanjie to stay.
I want Vanjie to
Well, she is going to stay, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I feel about this episode.
Honestly, the only person that I'm really kind of like over is Nina West. And I was over her when she walked in the door. But she really hasn't brought anything to this point that has made me see her in a different light.
Yeah.
Roxy has made kind of, I'm not eating my words yet, but Roxy has kind of turned a new leaf for me. Georges has definitely shown growth and change from her original season. Like Plastique, whom I follow online and have been following her journey since season 11, is very clearly just like got the game and gone. Gottmik, we never really had any concern about. Angeria, we never really had any concern about. Like, I'm excited for all these people, but really, I want truly, this might seem like facetious or like I'm trying to pander to the audience, but like, I do want Nina West to do well. I want her to show me something that's gonna gag me and make me be like, oh my God, there it is. But I just don't see it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I want it to, and I really hope it does, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. And that's okay. And that's okay. And that's okay.
Gottmik might win.
I see it. I definitely could see it, and I would not be mad at it.
No.
I would not be mad. Okay, that's all for this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Episode 3, All Stars 9 review. Tell us what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get a notification every single time we post a video. We post once or twice a week. Who knows? We'll see.
Let's hope we keep power. We will.
We will keep power. Make sure you head over to my SoundCloud so you can listen to the beats that I'm producing for all those amazing artists out there. Merch. I've got links down below. I've decided instead of doing all of the charities every single time, I'm going to do a different charity for each video. So this week's video will be some charity I have yet to decide, but it will be down in the comments below if you would like to support that charity or if you would like to support the charity of me. Thank you all so much. We will see you in next week. Love you. Mean it. Bye.
you lose your mind, and then you wake up sweating in bed because it's so hot because it's St. Louis.
And then you have to go to your job and put all your food in the walk-in and charge all your devices at the restaurant. It's a lot.
But at least you have a lovely, brilliant, smart young man who has a power bank and doesn't get as filled with rage as I do when things go wrong.
That's me.